hopefully that came out alright. That's Cooley's, as you know. So yeah, I just refreshed my memory about this tune, and now I'm off the cuff going to see if I can do a workshop on it, and teach the tune, and maybe say what kind of ornaments I would think of putting in there. Um, yeah, words playing slow. Um, where to begin? So reels superficially are easy, 4 beats in a bar. Main emphasis being on the first beat and the third. That's actually not so bad. First 2 bars. So I'll break it down into 2 bars. That's your first 2 bars, and then your second 2 bars. And you're going similar to the first one again. And then the last 2 bars of the A part. I'm not bothering to tell you what the names of the notes are, because you can look at my fingers and rewind and fast forward, which is the great thing about teaching you this way, because I can be as lazy as I like, and it should still turn out alright. So yeah, that's your A part, and now I'll go into that a bit. Um, so rhythm's really important. Like, it's the thing that, like, traditional players will talk about, um, the lilt of the tune, or the nya. What they mean is basically, so a tune kind of has its nice bounce and the rhythm that people dance to, because ostensibly this is music for dancing. Um, and only very recently is, with the advent of the concert halls and stuff, I say recently, that's like turn of the century, did it start going away from being music and dancing. It used to be the crossroads dances and stuff, to being, um, the music in as a thing unto itself, and people playing for audiences and playing faster and faster and faster. Um, basically, so yeah, it's dance music. So um, I've been really working my rhythm recently, because it's so important, and it's my weakest link. Um, and Cooley's it's hard to pick out that 1 and 3, but there's little bits in this tune which allow you, when you do ornaments or when you do anything rhythmical or you take breaths, ideally the take-home thing is that you want to be doing that in order to accent the rhythm. So not really necessary to take a breath so early in the tune, but it allows you to establish the fact that's the 3. The, that's beats 1 and 2. So yeah, there's I don't think this is a necessary thing for you to do at this stage of your development as a whistle player, but you can put a roll there if you want on the beat, or just cut it instead of it just makes it a cut is coming down onto the note. Think of this finger as being hot and taking it off, and it'll start to make sense. As I say, not vital at this point. It's just a nice thing you can start thinking of. So that's the only thing that I really think of putting in that first 2 bars. Cooley's is a weird tune. Like the B part's got some spaces for doing long rolls or short rolls, but the A parts really haven't got a lot. So you have to give it a bit of nuance. You're kind of looking quite hard at it. You can play that as sorry. That's all in crotchets. Or is it quavers, the little ones? Quavers, little ones. But if you, I'll teach you something that's not an ornament, but it almost is. So in the space where you have 2 quavers, you can put 3 notes. So it's called a triplet. Three notes in the space of 2. It just sounds better. It's like a little rundown instead of being a step with 2 tones in the between, which is F sharp, E, D. I'm doing it twice effectively in those 2 bars, and it's just nice because it sits on the first beat of those 2 bars. Again, it's a rhythmic addition, just establishes the rhythm. And the reason to do these, it sounds a bit more like a chord. Makes the melody line a bit less washing machine like, metronomic, boring, autonomic, pick your word. That would be what I would do in bars 3 and 4. Would be doing them triplets, and even at your stage of playing, it's nice to do. I don't know how easy or difficult you're going to find it to fit the 3 into the space of 2. See how you get on with it. So we've got. Oh, the other good thing with triplets, you can do this with rolls as well, but it's hard, is to tongue. So when you're tonguing, it's the roof of your mouth, like the soft palate, not the actual instrument. It just either or depending on how comfortable it feels. Again, it just adds a bit of pop to the ornament. You learn to do it because it's good, and it makes everything sound better. At the same point, it's advanced. It's like the gold star to aim for is to do that. So then you're back to the same as the first two bars. Nothing really to do there. This bit, you would normally do where you tongue some of those notes if you like, but you can actually double tongue one, so you're basically doing another triplet. I don't know if you can see the separation between crotchets and quavers. It's either a triplet proper or quaver and then two semiquavers or something. Listen to it, try and get it into your head. Again, this is vaguely advanced, but there you go. That's your A part. So I've got. I'll play it slow at some point. I'll crack on with the tune, get to the B part. Because this has now got the chance to do some rolls. You may have seen the other video, I did a little tutorial on rolls. Or did I? No, I did a tutorial on cuts. I'll save my tutorial for rolls proper, but the ones that I actually do, I'll explain. Got a bit carried away. But, so why do them? Because you will otherwise have and it kind of sounds typewritery. You've got basically 3 Bs in a row. Or you would have, that's when you do, that's even with doing triplets. So normally it'd be, if you like literally to look up this tune up, probably on the dots of it on the session or some similar thing, you'll probably find that it's literally E, B, 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 all the same length, all quavers. Yeah, quavers. Obviously it sounds boring, so what you do is a roll. So that's the long roll. So you're basically treating all those 3 as the same length, and a roll is the note above the note below the note. That's the lazy one, what I call the long roll or the lazy roll. The slightly more accurate and slightly nicer sounding one to my ears is where you take the first 2 and have them distinct, and then you do the roll after those 2 quavers. So it requires a little bit more speed and a bit more accuracy, but that's something to aim for. So anyway, let's see where we are now with the B part. So that's how it starts. So you've got 2 B rolls there, short or long, however you fancy. Next 2 bars. I'm being kind, there's nothing really to fit in that unless you really fancy to do some grace notes. space for like very, 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 very quick ornaments, but not for you right now. It's hard. Um, and the tune will carry itself without grace notes there. Just work on the precision of having try and get a bit of feel into it. Again, it's not easy. Like, you'll spend ages trying to get good feel, good rhythm. And then, so basically the same as the first bar, except the very last four notes. And then the last two bars are. But again, you have, so you've got, if you're really keen, you can cut the first note, the A, put it on the first finger. Again, it's reasonably advanced. You don't need it. It sounds nice. Now, again, this is this tongue triplet that I'm slipping in. It's a thing I do at loads without thinking, and to me it sounds good, and just gives a bit more pop. So I'll work through this again in 2-bar phrases. Sorry, that was really, really bad. So I'm running out of breath because do it again. Sorry, my bad. I'm doing that again. As I say, I haven't practiced this. I'm just doing it cold. Apologies, I am racing through this. I'm teaching you a tune, and I'm in full in 20 minutes. Again, just slow everything down. Use the rewind thing. If I put it up on YouTube, you'll be able to play it at quarter speed. I think you can even go slower. So I'm not that worried about. That's once through the beat part. So yeah, basically that's how I would approach Coolies, and this is sort of, as I say, I've given you some options. That's really all they are at this point. There are things to work on. You basic to recap. You've got some triplets, and I'm trying to remember what I put in the first part. Chance to do some triplets or some tongue triplets there. And then that nice little tongue triplet at the end. Strictly speaking, that's D, E, E, D, E. I think I'm cutting it as well. Sorry, I'm do what I feel like and don't really think about it too hard. It just makes it. You don't need to cut it. Don't need to do that. One of those you add 2 on. Just slow it down. Work out which one it is. Sorry, I'm probably the worst teacher in the world. A part. So yeah, you've got a chance to do a B roll, and you've got got two different sorts of triplets. And the B part is basically the major take-home ornament point is long roll. Long roll version where you're basically spreading the roll over 3 quavers, or you've got the more precise one, the short roll, where you're doing and then the roll. So yeah, and then the roll. Um, yeah, and that's enough for now. I'll play the tune now, kind of slowly and hopefully well, so you can play along with it, and hopefully I'll play it the same as I put it down for you just now. Sorry, that's really bad. I actually hate playing slowly. I just am thinking too much and not playing that well rhythmically. And yeah, so anyway, um, hopefully that's how I play Coolies, and hopefully there's enough in there for you to learn the tune. I probably played it cleanly at least once, well and slowly, well enough for you to actually learn the basic tune, and then there's a few ornaments in there that you can you can basically start to practice and try. And the idea is I'll play a tune, and the ornaments that suit that tune, I've given you the options there, and you could go and practice the ornaments on their own, and then in the context of the tune, it gives you. There's nothing. Everyone classical musicians hate playing scales, and Irish musicians hate just sitting around doing working through series of ornaments. Um, Having a tune to give them some context makes you feel like you're achieving something. And like I've probably said before, don't try and play the thing too fast. Play it at the speed where you feel like you're at least kind of getting towards a decent rhythm. There's this thing that happens with people who, when they start learning, they make a fetish out of playing at speed. I think this is probably because they want to play in sessions, and it just ends up being very fast and very, very, very messy, very, very out of rhythm, and no ornaments. Like, I admire musicians who can play dead, dead slow and dead controlled. I.e., better than that because the rhythm is dragging. Um, Different tune. Um, anyway, I'm totally rambling now. I'm going to finish this video before I get bored and you get bored. Good luck!